Hello everyone and welcome to a walk through the syllabus and Canvas shell for Nursing 417 BOL, which is the ABSN Spring 2025 section of Genomics for Nursing. You'll open the Canvas shell, it'll open to the home page, and you'll see a couple of links to the syllabus, to the modules, and then some contact information for me. I prefer Canvas email. I'm pretty quick to respond to it, and I have it on my phone, so I'm checking it frequently throughout the day, except on scheduled holidays and sometimes weekends if I'm working. But my office extension is there. I usually do get a notification if there's a voicemail. I'm not particularly quick to check it, though. My office hours are below. They are subject to change in case simulations or commitments or some other thing comes along, a meeting. I will give you advance notice if that happens, and you may make an appointment with me for alternative hours. But you'll see that probably in your calendar just as a reminder. Now, speaking of which, let's put this into student view and view it the way that you will view it. Now, a lot of it isn't open yet for you. It's there. But we'll look through the syllabus first. That is loaded. On the syllabus page, you see that the syllabus and the course calendar are included, as well as a course summary with a to-do list. Okay, so again, contact information, a course description. We will be talking about genetics, which is the study of inherited traits, but also genomics, which is a lot broader. It's a study of how genes interact with each other and how they interact with the environment. It's sort of a bigger thing. And epigenomics, which is the interplay between the environment and genetic on and off switches. And we're going to connect that to nursing practice and health and illness. And we'll look at it from multiple perspectives, including a lifespan approach, ethical, legal, socioeconomic, technologic issues, including disparities with genomic healthcare. It's not equally accessible to everyone. Now, just nuts and bolts, you have your university learning outcomes. If I were you, I would skip past this crosswalk. We are required to include it right in the front, but most students have no interest in it. Go to page 9 on your syllabus. That'll show you all the course policies and grading and all that. So you do have a required textbook. It's Berry, Workman, and Eggert. It is available in the library if you need to use it. I do include the content in the Edpuzzle videos, more on that later. It's also helpful to have your Ricci textbook, and in some cases your MedSurg textbook will cover some of these disorders as well. Now, the grading schedule. So, syllabus attestation, just like every nursing course in this department, pass-fail, you must do it. It's on Canvas. All you have to do is read the syllabus and then type yes. Readiness assessment, tools, discussion board posts, and a reflection. These are your weekly assignments, and when you don't have a major assignment due, they're sort of a product that I can gauge that you've actually learned the content. Each one is worth 3%, and they are in Canvas. The pedigree assignment is worth 20% of your, midterm. Midterm is worth 25% of your grade, which is pretty heavy, but it is an open book test. It covers the first 6 weeks of content. It will be an exam soft. You still need to study for it because there is so much content that if you wait, you'll run out of time looking things up. So pace yourself through the course. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing Edpuzzle, because it proves that you at least played the content. I can't actually make you listen to it, but I can make you answer questions to get credit for attendance. You'll also have access to your slides, your book, anything you want, notes. I'm not going to be looking over your shoulder, and I'll build in some time so that, you can, but if you have it organized, that's very helpful. Pedigree assignment worth 20% of your grade. This is a critical skill for nurses to be able to have. It's how we help people determine risk and modify their lifestyles, or maybe access screenings, or make decisions about family planning. The genetic disorder group presentation and peer responses is worth 25% of your grade. I will show you your group members momentarily. And there's a grading rubric on Canvas. It kind kind of makes sense to reach out to your group members around week 5 or so, because week 7 I'm going to be checking in to make sure you have a plan. Now, the grading schedule is the same as it is for every other nursing course. You must achieve a 78% to pass. If you score below 78% on any examination or major project, I will put in a referral to Griffin Connect to try and help you succeed in the course. Student Success Center will reach out to you. I advise you reach out back. There is tutoring through the Student Success Center and also through BrainFuse. If it's the midterm exam, I do want you to meet with me. If it's the pedigree or something like that that I think is important, I'll reach out to you. We can sit together. That does need to be done in person for test integrity in terms of the midterm exam. Okay, description of the assignments, readiness assessment tests. My RATs are all 10 questions. They're in the Canvas quizzes section. You have 3 tries. Highest grade stands. If you don't do it by the grace period for the due date, which I'll get into, you get a 0. Discussion board, post a response to the prompt. You will get a reminder on Thursdays, but the actual due date that I put into Canvas was Sunday, so you could reply to 2 peers. If things are not done by Sunday, the grace period does not apply to discussions. It's a chance for people to learn with each other. It's not just a box to be checked off. So if you don't complete the discussion board on time, I've had people try to post things 2-3 weeks later. Nobody's reading it. They're not reading your replies to them. It really does not benefit the group. So there's no grace period for discussion boards. The reflection, there's a TED Talk video on mental health, and you will write a reflection that ties the content of the TED Talk into our course learning outcomes. There are instructions and a rubric. It is not difficult. It's a pretty small assignment. The pedigree assignment. This is an important one. You are going to create a pedigree chart based on your selection of one of 3 assigned case studies. You can draw the pedigree on paper. You can use an app that I've provided, or you can use drawing tools in Microsoft or any other app that will give you the right symbols. I will enclose a symbol chart so that you know how it should look. If you have your textbook handy, these cases were built from the cases in, I believe it's chapter 5, so you might get a little insight there. But you will have to develop an interpretive summary. In other words, what do you do with the information that you see in the pedigree? In cases where it's an adult onset disorder, you might advocate for early screening and preventative measures. If it's something that you would not want a child to inherit, maybe we're looking at prenatal testing or pre-conception counseling. So, those are the kind of things you want to do with that. The genetic disorder group presentation, worth a pretty big percentage of your grade. You will actually work in a group of 3 students. Your section's a little smaller than the last one I taught. You will create a narrated presentation on an approved genetic disorder. There is a sample topic list. If you would like to study a disorder that is not on the list, please reach out to me. I need to see clear evidence that you can trace the pattern of inheritance and things like that. I will check in with you mid-semester, and I would like to see an assignment of individual responsibilities. Somebody has to agree to be the leader and post the project. That person can take a slightly lighter portion of the assignment, just like your charge nurse would if she were managing things. But the leader is also responsible for making sure that the presentation is coherent and sort of makes sense. There is a case study that you will write originally yourself, and I would like to see a group timeline of when you might have that completed or when you might do things. There is a rubric on Canvas for that. So everything's in the modules and in the assignment page. Now, withdrawal policy. Last day to withdraw is March 28th. I don't anticipate many of you will need to, but if you are thinking you might not be successful in the course, or if it's hindering you from courses that are more integral to your progression in the program. Speak to your advisor, speak to me, and then you can complete that form. Attendance, I have an app called Edpuzzle. It will load when you click on it. It will open up to an assignment. It is a series of short video lectures with embedded questions for you to answer. That is how I'm recording attendance for this course and how I'm making sure that you're actually engaging with the content. Of course, I can't force you to actually sit and listen to them and watch them, but you will have to play them, and you will not be able to skip them, and you will have to answer the questions. You can speed them up, and there is closed captioning. Late assignments. So the big thing is that there is a 2-day grace period, during which time no points will be deducted. After that 2 days grace period, if you do not contact me for an extension, you will get a reduction in points at the rate of 5 points per day. Discussion boards are not included under the grace policy. I understand life sometimes throws you some curveballs. Just talk to me. Email, always use your gmercy. Email, the filters are set to be pretty exclusive, and a lot of things go to spam. So use that, or use Canvas. You should use Canvas for all course-related information. Check your announcements. If you can get the push notifications to your phone, that's ideal. I get them, so I never miss. I'm also a student here, so I never miss an announcement. I never miss a due date or a reminder. Public safety, that's just basic standard information. And here's your calendar. You can see the overview of topics, due dates, reading assignments, all that good stuff. But it is listed separately as a simplified calendar. Now, additional important dates. For university closure, I may or may not be available to you via email. It depends on the day. If I am planning something else and the university is closed, that's how it affects you. All Canvas material will be available to you. I did try to avoid assigning anything during breaks and stuff like that. Martin Luther King Jr., his first one is January 20th. Last day of ad drop. So if you wanted to drop this course, it will not be reflected in any way on your transcript. January 21st, 2025, close of business day. You would fill out the form on the registrar's website and submit it to your advisor. Get your signatures, and then it goes to the registrar. Spring break. University is closed March 10th through March 14th. Yeah. But even that weekend, I'm trying not to have anything due. Last day to withdraw, March 28th for the second time. I don't anticipate too many people need that option, but if you do, that is your last day. After that, if you are not successful in the course, you will not achieve that 78. Easter holiday, university is closed April 17th through April 21st. Last day of class is May 5th. Okay. So some of the information is subject to change, but usually once I put it in on paper, it's what it is. All right, so let's go back to our home page. The next thing I want to show you is the people page. This is where you're going to find your project groups. Okay, I'm going to open them all up. Now, look for your name. I'll give you a few seconds. Find your other group members. Jot them down. Or take a picture of it on your phone, even better. Now, I'm going to post a little question just to make sure you know who's in your group, and you're going to reach out to them before week 5, make a plan, and by week 7, that plan is going to be ready to go so that when I check with you, you have your assignments and you're ready to get started. Okay, so that's the people page. Now let's go to modules. Okay. So right now there's not going to be a lot that you can see. It's all loaded in there, but I'm opening things Thursdays. They remain open really until the end of the semester so that you can read through them. I know the syllabus says Wednesday. It does not actually close. You're going to need that stuff to study. So basic nuts and bolts things that you find in most nursing Canvas shells, BSN guidebooks, student resources that might help you, including Catherine's Cupboard, the Counseling Center, the Student Success Center, etc. University learning outcomes, program learning outcomes, course learning outcomes, and your textbook information. And then your major assignment instructions are all found in the next module here, including your sample topics if you wanted to look at them. Now, they take a while to load for me today. I don't know, my internet's a little bit slow, so I'm not going to do that. Now, in Module 1, right now what you can see is Genomics Goes to the Movies and a syllabus attestation. There will be another article for you and this ed puzzle. So, that will be built out by Thursday of this week, probably sooner, probably by the end of today. The instructions and rubrics, yeah, that really should probably, no, it's already repeated. I'm gonna close that off. Okay, so that's what's in the module so far, but every week they will open up. You will have an ed puzzle assignment. I'm gonna show you what's in the assignments so far. Probably, yeah. So most of these aren't open to you yet, but let's say that you want to look at the first real content for the week and you go to Ed Puzzle. It's locked until January 9th. You can see that, but when it opens, you will have a link. I'm going to take you out of student view and show you how that will look, because I think most of you have never used Ed Puzzle before. If you have, great. But it'll open like this, and then you'll have your 5 videos that are really pretty short. And you can play them if you want to make it 2 times normal. That's fine with me. And when you get to the end, there are these little questions that are embedded. It's locked. Tell me it's locked. That's okay. Because the assignment's locked. But you'll have your videos. Like I said, they're all pretty much preloaded right now. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. That was not what I wanted to show you. Discussions, right now the only one that's there is genetic. Oh, this is instructor view. So all of your discussion boards are there, but it's not going to be, I have to adjust due dates on these. But they will be ready for you. Anything else that I want to show you? The rats. They will be loaded in the modules, but they're also loaded here. This is, again, is instructor view. This newborn assessment, I don't know if that's a thing. No, we're going to do Rat 3's disorders with onset. So there's some things in the shell that I have to clean up, but you won't see them, so don't worry. You will only see what you need to see. All right, and that is it for a walk through the syllabus.